and Travel with Stevie Kim.
Hello, my name is Stevie Kim and welcome back to Italian Wine Podcast. As we travel into Langhe, today we are joined with Roberta Ceretto. Roberta, tell us a little bit about the Ceretto family.
So to describe the Ceretto is quite complex because we were born at the beginning of the last century, and the winery was created by my grandfather Riccardo. Here we welcome you in one of our main wineries, the heart of our wineries. It's an ancient estate who belonged to Vittorio Emanuele II, the first king of Italy, but now is a winery. And it welcomes you on the valley of Barolo because behind us we are floating on the first Barolo vineyards. But in reality this is one of the four wineries because what happened that was extraordinary in the 60s by my father and my uncle was that they understood the true value of this land and the grape that grew on this land. We created a first winery in Barbaresco, where now are vinified the three single vineyards, the three crus. The second winery was Bricco Rocche that hosts the six single vineyard of Barolo. This is the third, the Monsordo estate. We are on Monsordo Hill. The fourth winery is dedicated completely to Moscato.
So you're the third generation, is that correct?
We are the third.
Okay, so in the third generation, there's Federico,
yes, my
Alessandro,
brother.
who's
Alessandro,
your
my
cousin,
and Lisa, that is
Lisa.
Alessandro's sister.
Okay, so, and then there's yours. So there are four of you.
Exactly.
And how are the roles divided, more or less?
We are in a typical Italian family, so where everybody does everything. In reality, a part of Alessandro that is 100% concentrated on the vineyards and the production. Federico is the front man of Ceretto, so is the one who represents our name and our wines, especially abroad. I take care of marketing and communication, and I'm the creative in a way.
You're the creative director.
Exactly.
Right? The artistic.
Yeah, I'm the one who can invest money in buying strange objects. And Lisa, she's the one that controls me because she takes care of the accounts.
Right, she's the admin finance person.
The CFO, if you want to make it shorter. In reality, we like to be considered really a family, and this is the way it works.
So this is a perfect segue now to do a small tasting this morning.
Yeah.
But can you give us kind of a panoramic overview of how many wines you produce, how many labels, the production, the volume, the different areas that you cover?
We are quite a typical winery in this district. First of all, because we have properties in the two neighbor districts of Langhe and Roero. In the 80s, my family made a big effort and a big investment in Roero with Arneis, rediscovering this variety. So in reality, 50% of our activity is on a white wine that is Arneis Blanchet. Then we have another big property in the Moscato area that is in Santo Stefano Belbo. And then we have all the other properties in the Barolo and the Barbaresco. 6 labels, 6 single vineyards in Castiglione Falletto, in Bricco Rocche Winery. Here we are outside the appellation of Barolo, but for a reason of age, because my grandfather started to produce Barolo before the appellation was made.
Oh, so your
We still-
grandfather claused.
Yeah, we can have the possibility to vinify Barolo and Barbaresco in Alba.
Okay.
It's like Pio Cesare, and exactly like that. So, making the story short, we have
7 Barolos.
7
Tre
Barolos, 4 Barbarescos.
4 Barbaresco.
Then we have the daily wines that are the Dolcetto, produced in this property, the Barbera, the Nebbiolo, the Blanchet, Moscato, Barolo Chinato.
So in terms of volume, how many bottles do you in
Total is around 1 million bottles.
Okay, I say let's taste the wines.
So I choose the ABC of our Barolo. Why those 3? Because those are the oldest. Those are the perfect tasting to understand the difference of the district of Barolo, because each of them produced in the same winery by the same man. The wines are similar but different. So this is the fascination of the land of this area.
So you know, when you look at these 3, they look exactly alike. So it's very much in the on the palate and on the nose, right? So give me like a cheat sheet as to how you can tell the difference in terms of taste.
Brunate is more fruity in the nose, and in the palate you have a tannin that is not so sharp. In Prapò, usually you feel more balsamic smells, so kind of eucalyptus, but also the underwood are more evident, so a little bit more mushroom. What is typical of Bricoroque is the balance. The nose it's more ready. I mean, the nose, even if it's a young vintage, it's more in the direction of a more evoluted wine. And in the mouth, it is not so close, and the tannin is not so hard as.
This is kind of the more ready to drink if you had to choose, right?
Exactly.
How would you pair these wines? Which dish would go with which wine and why?
Piazza Duomo, we had to force Enrico to create a menu for Barolo. What he did that was extraordinary is to work with Barolo as an ingredient of a dish, not as a pairing. He made a whole menu where he prepared excellent dishes, and the Barolo become the last ingredient to make the dish perfect.
It's an interesting concept.
However, if I have to talk about my favorite combination, I love lamb. With the taste of the lamb, the fat of the lamb, the sweetness of the lamb, it perfectly combined with those wines.
I know like all wines are like your children, right?
Yeah.
But if you were to choose one island you can take away, which would it be out of the 3?
Okay, I'm sure 100% is a reason of the heart that my life has changed when I was involved in the project of the chapel in Brunate.
Ah, so it's Brunate.
So Brunate is what brought me again in the family, and what convinced me that this was the most wonderful work to do, and open my mind and bring me back to the wine. So for sure it's Brunate, and then thanks God is also a great wine. So it's
okay, Brunate it is, and thank you for making that colorful chapel. I think it's one of the most photographed, Instagrammable chapel in Barolo. So thank you, and chin chin with Italian wine people, and it's a wrap.
Chin, thank you.